We all know that we're going to die, and our time is temporary right now. So this is the challenge that we have. When God gave us free will, basically what most people interpret that as we can do whatever the hell we want. I have free will. But the truth is that you can only do whatever the hell you want if you don't care about the bigger picture, right? And the reason why we justify doing whatever the hell we want is because we know that we're going to die and our time is temporary here. So this causes more selfish urgency. Think about this. It causes more selfish urgency to enjoy our time here before we expire. What do we say? We go, hey, you only live once, right? I mean, think about that. Think about when you've gone after a physical, a mental, or financial goal and you quit because of the urgency to have fun, because you know you're going to die. Now, another part of knowing that your time here is temporary is that you just don't really think too much about that last 10 minutes until the 10 minutes come about what you're leaving behind. So I want you to start recognizing that whatever time you have from now until the end of your expiration date, what is it that we're really supposed to do? Well, I think you're supposed to explore and experience the world, but I think we're also supposed to make a contribution. Now, on a grand scheme, I don't know if we're actually supposed to, but I'm just talking about that self-worth moment at the end of your life. If you get that 10 minutes to look back and say, did I matter? Right? So our responsibility here on this planet Earth is temporary, meaning we assume we'll be dead before the shit really hits the fan. And that means that, hey, I know the shit's going to hit the fan, but I'll be dead by then, so who cares? Well, the shit is hitting the fan already. You're actually alive if you're listening to this while the shit is hitting the fan. As a matter of fact, the shit is always hitting the fan. And it's just a matter of if you know. Now, you don't have to watch the news to find that out. You just have to be conscious and aware of how human beings are responding to adversity. Very, very ineffective. So the shit is really hitting the fan, and it's going to really smell for the humans that will live here after you go in this temporary responsibility. So this includes the people that you care more about than yourself. Whoa, right? So everything that we're doing for our kids. Well, whatever we're doing from now till our expiration date is setting things up for them. And what about their grandkids? Trust me, you're going to love your grandkids even more because you get to give them back. So our kids and their kids, remember this. The ocean, think about this really through. The ocean and the planet is neither Republican or Democrat. The ocean and the planet could give a shit about your political preference, right? Now, what's more important, politics or the ocean and the planet? So there's an interesting thought. It doesn't side with humans' beliefs and opinions. The ocean rises and recedes, and the planet thrives or doesn't, regardless of what you think, right? So your opinion, my opinion about stupid stuff, it actually means nothing. Now, the only reason we want to voice our opinion is because of that unconscious desire to be right versus kind. But the things that really matter most, nature, the ocean, the planet, evolution, and all that stuff, could care less about it. One of the most valuable lessons I ever learned from a mentor, he said, there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. That was one. He says, what did anybody ever get for being right? Nothing. So that's why whenever somebody makes a statement to me with an exclamation point, Dragon's response is always, interesting, fascinating. So all that stuff means nothing. But what about our kids? I came up with this idea the other day for this Rise Up when I was thinking about my son leaving for college. One of my boys is leaving for college. And I was just thinking about how just I hated the feeling of not being there to protect him, right? Because that's the role that I took as I guided him through life. I've supported him and I've protected him, but now he's going out there and I can't protect him. And he's out there amongst the people that I know don't care what happened when they leave. That's my concern, right? So my natural instinct is to coddle him and say, don't go to school, I'm gonna lock you up here and protect you. So this is the root cause of most behaviors that hold us back from success and fulfillment, right? Things like distraction, procrastination, laziness, etc. They're all associated with the fact that you think that you have more time than you do, right? And you also know at the same time that you're going to expire one day, so why bother? That's why we do all these silly things. But I wanted to instill this concept in this conversation so that everybody can just kind of become a little bit more conscious about what's going on and what we can accomplish if we just stop doing distractive things, if we learn how to react to all the things that we're interfacing with differently. See, I'll never leave my kids behind. That's one thing that I know about myself. I'll die for my kids and I'll never leave my kids behind. So, in fact, everything I do for my kids that I do today is for my kids. So, I'm going about this day right now with a different level of consciousness, right? I know that I'm going to die one day. So, I know that my responsibility is temporary, but I'm going to take that temporary responsibility and I'm going to focus on it in a way that shows that I want to leave this world a better place than when I came in, so that in those last 10 minutes of my life that I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, hey, good job, Dad.